Well, it's journal number, I think, 12-ish, and the journey through legally blindness. Basically, short summary recap. October of 23, things were fine, but just, a little change in vision, like your normal doctor's visit. And then by February, vision had slipped enough that wasn't able to drive anymore. By May of 24, legally blind. Again, it's a spectrum. So had a huge fall off for a while, and then luckily it's arrested. So right now it's stabilized. Hopefully it stays that way. I've got about 15 inches to where it's functional, and then beyond that, it just it starts to get varying levels of fuzz and whatnot, but definitely not reading anything beyond about 15 inches. And of course, that varies based on the size too. If the letter's 12 feet tall, obviously that changes things. But a lot of things I do with a modification. I'm on a trip trying to help my parents. One of them's having an issue right now, and so it was interesting getting here. Things went better in the airports, and they go better every time, honestly. And I got to give a shout out. I mean, Delta's awesome with this stuff. I book a plane ticket. I call a special disability line that they have, which a human picks up literally normally in a couple of rings, which is awesome. They flag my travel itinerary for what the specific need is. And for me, obviously, it's legally blind, which means when I get to the airport, I make my way to the ticketing counter. Now, if I told somebody out at the curb, they would escort me into there, but I can make my way. So I can make my way to the ticketing counter, check in, and let them know, hey, I've got this legal blindness on my flight. And so what they do is basically they check you in, they walk you over, they assist you over to the holding area. It's the only way I can describe it. It's just a couple of seats, but it's basically what it is. And then from there, someone comes and they ask you, do you want to be wheeled, need to be wheeled, i.e. wheelchair, or do you want to do the elbow follow? And I do the elbow follow. What that basically is you hold on to their elbow and they walk, and you just keep pace with that and go wherever they take you. So as you get up to TSA, again, they've been honestly really, really good about this. You get up to TSA and they basically put their hand through the I guess it's checking for all kinds of stuff nowadays. I was going to say metal detector, but I don't think it's just that anymore. And they guide you through that to the other side. So there's no issue with that, because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of different things that your eyes are trying to focus in on and having trouble focusing on. It's just a lot. So it's nice. And then on the other end of that, the airport guide, basically, you reattach their elbow and off you go. They get you as you're going. They will tell me when we're passing the last bathroom nearest to the gate, so I can count my steps. And for me, I can still make out enough to where it's not entirely necessary to count the steps, but I do it as training in case things are heading that way, but B, just in case there's a lot going on. I know that I should be roughly 60 steps or 75 or whatever in between my gate and in a bathroom or whatever, just as a extra level of caution in that one for me. But they they'll tell you, okay, there's your last bathroom, this is your last restaurant, and then they go and basically drop you off at the gate. Then from there you're kind of on your own until boarding. once you board the plane, that depends greatly. I've had the experience where basically I get on the plane, make my way down, and I always try and pick the exact same seat, exact same location, make it a lot easier for myself. Um, I've had the other experiences where you go to get on the plane, and the stewardess assumes that you're complete zero light acuity, i.e., totally blacked out dark, and you know, walks you physically to the seat, puts you physically in the seat. Um, and I've tried it both ways. I've tried it the just don't say anything, and don't want to make them uncomfortable. Just let them help you and roll on. And I've tried the explaining, look, I have some functional vision. I can see what I can't see. And, generally speaking, when they're trying to help, I just found it's better for them. I mean, I can live either way. It's better for them generally if I just let it be, and let them do what they're going to do. Let them be helpful, because as soon as I say, well, I've got some functional vision, if you can kind of help guide me a little bit, um, people feel uncomfortable and awkward, it seems. So if I just let them help, if they want to treat it as a zero light acuity situation, they don't seem to feel as awkward, and it seems like you've done something good for them by not making it that way. So, and for me, it's okay either way. So, this trip, the stewardess treated it as a zero acuity issue, and which was fine. And then on the getting off of the plane, now that's a whole different conversation. This is why I always pick the very first row of the plane, because it makes it where it's manageable. Because there is no assistance. It is a free-for-all, run you over, you run them over, kind of a situation. And you're trying to get a bag down, and you can't. I can't see over here, and I can't see over there. So literally, I can't tell that if I'm about to smack you with a bag. So I always pick the very first row. So when the wheels touch down, the gate gets locked, I can bounce up and just basically block everybody and get the bag and not knock somebody out. So that's always a challenge, that you get help getting on, but you don't get help getting off. And so I make my way up the ramp, to the ticketing counter, and I advise them, hey, I need the assistance. And from there, there's an elbow, and off we go to the next plane. So it's always an adventure, not a bad adventure, but just done differently. So a little more planning that goes into the travel now, and a little more time, but nothing super super crazy. For the most part, everybody involved in that's really really nice. I'm just trying to, keep people from feeling uncomfortable with that as we move forward and move through it. But it was, I just wanted to cover that, because that was something that was definitely one of my concern points, just not having lived through that at all. And the biggest things I can say on travel with visual impairment is, make sure to find out what the disability number is. They almost seem to be like a state secret. It's kind of hard to find them. But find the disability number for the airport or the airline that you're going to generally travel on. And there's it's nothing crazy, but there's a little pre-work to get it added to your record for whatever you're dealing with. And then make sure you call for every flight and get it added. No shame in that. It makes the travel experience for you and for everybody around you just a whole lot easier, a lot better. So that'd be my biggest piece of advice. And that was one of my biggest concerns with how do you travel with this difference. And the answer is a little more time, a little more thought, but just fine. All right, y'all be good out there. Peace out, Chris Cop.